Devine feeds. Ireland do pretty well. Parity at least on their own ball. And through the hands from Brownlee. And here is Campbell outside. Opportunity for Mullins now. Can he finish? Yes, he can. Brilliant try. First phase, set piece try. Beautiful strike through the hands. Patrick Campbell, they had the numbers, they had the overlap. It was only a case of getting it into the hands.
Great ball out the back, super hands. Look at all that space there for Campbell. He draws, pass, perfect timing, and a lightning pace from Shane Mullins. He had a bit of work to do there in the end. This is really good, draw and pass. Good scramble by Wales in fairness. Mullins steps back inside and works to get over the line.
Yes, good pace on the cover from Ollie Andrew and Daniel Edwards to keep Shane Mullins honest and make him finish that in the corner. I thought he would go on the outside, but he had the strength. And they go to McNabney. O'Tierney, this is good from Ireland. Promising. Patrick Campbell, now was that knocked on by a Wales hand?
Number 11, under pressure in a line break opportunity, you've done a deliberate knock-on. It's cynical.
Cynical. Yellow card, 10 minutes in the bin. Wales down to 14. And there was the overlap. So Tom Cohen will come in. Plays his rugby at Bath and in for Alex Mann as the HIA replacement for now at least. Oh, it's a little bit loose. McCormick tops it off the floor, does well. Here go Ireland with the vine. The hole opens up and the scrum half goes in. And Ireland do make Wales pay. And the 15 do strike against the 14. And young Matthew Devine has got Ireland's second try of the evening.
Really good. Ireland are doing really well in the line out. I know it's a bit messy afterwards. Great offload on the ground, and Devine just spots a gap in that Welsh defence. Excellent finish in return.
He fancied the step on Joe Kyle, the loose head prop, didn't he? There's no way that Kyle was going to get hands on him. That was a long reach all the way down there from Mark Morrissey, I think it was. Here they go again, Ireland with Tector. And Gibbons using his power through that central channel. Lovely little pop away to McCormick now. Last ditch tackle, and it had to be Ireland surely now. Numbers left, numbers right, and in they go, and it's Mark Morrissey.
And that was Moa who got stepped inside by McCormick. Great carry, clear out there. And again, you see the Welsh defenders shooting out.
And it's something else that officials are very hot on these days. If elbows on the ground or hands go beyond the ball, you've got to be seen to be hands-on and trying to lift the ball.
Use it, please.
On goes McCormick as Ireland come in search of this bonus point try early in the second half, just to rubber stamp their ascendancy and their authority. That's another good close quarters carry, testing those pillar defenders from a Welsh point of view. Cohesion and a little bit of patience. Maybe Jack Boyle is pretty close. Do Ireland have numbers out wide right? They may not need them, you know. Wales scrambling across, just trying to sandbag that line, and the referee takes another tumble, trying to get into good position to see this potential grounding. Ireland still playing with a penalty advantage, so they might elect to move it if Crothers can't ground it, but he can. Ireland have their bonus point try, and they've only played a little over a minute and a half since the restart, and I'm pretty sure it is the captains who get that fourth try.
Yeah, really good carries and support. That latch player giving that extra nudge through. Just see Crothers there.
He did captain the Ulster Schools side. He's come through the Dalriada School in Ballymoney. And again, he finds his targets. Shane Mallon moves into position, but this is not going to go to width anytime soon if Ireland can keep this forward momentum. Well, now they might use it because they've got penalty advantage. Shot to nothing potentially, or a try for McCormick. Good last-ditch defence from Houston. Ireland have got numbers left, and there's the try. Wales in free fall, and it's James McNabney who's touchdown for Ireland's fifth try. Two in the space of 5 minutes from the restart.
And then they just move it after McCormick pick and go. And you can just see McNabney.
By virtue of the fact that he's played a lot of rugby for the Ospreys in the ORC this season. Now Wales player on the wrong side, frustrating Matthew Devine, and
Your team is on a warning for not rolling away.
This is not going to help
That's
Wales at all. That's another sin binning, second of the game. And this time it's Joe Parrott who will spend 10 minutes in the cooler. Benji Williams is wearing number 19 for Wales and is ready to come in. Here come Ireland though with Mullen. Can he stay in field now? McCormick wisely waits and Tector goes into play, auxiliary scrum half. Devine restored, that's a big tackle.
Okay, thank you. Advantage, offside.
A little bit over-eager from a Welsh point of view. They've strayed offside though. Devine will have heard that and it might just change what the play is here.
Over now.
Now Ireland have numbers if they can move this through the hands. A certain try here, surely. And it's another run in for that man, Shea Mullins. It's brilliant, relentless pressure from Ireland. Through the hands, through the phases, sucking in the cover. Wheels get too narrow.
Through the phases. Some huge hits going in from Wales, but they just can't resource the relentless waves of Irish attack. And good finish there from Mullins.
Last couple of minutes of the sin binning for Joe Parrott as Wales sling the ball wide to width and they get Ole Andrew involved.
Tackle!
Ireland have picked their pocket again.
Hands on.
So the call this time was to hit Conor O'Tierney and they're going to drive all the way over here. That's brilliant from Ireland. Absolute wrecking ball of them all off the line out. Wales thoroughly demoralised and demolished and they have no answer, and Ireland are racking up a cricket score here.
Referee's talking to man there about side entries in the maul. Really well set up again. A question blockers of the Irish that don't let Wales in, but
Ireland will have a good week this week in the build-up to taking on France, and then it's England in game 5 away again. England will be very, very strong, we would imagine. Grand Slam champions, of course, in the summer in Cardiff for the 4th time. Their 9th title, or their first since 2017. Now then, Wales trying to stretch their legs. They will get a try. They will get a little bit of consolation. He's worked hard tonight, Ole Andrew, and that's all his own work there. He did have options, and had he not passed that, they might have been a bit of a steward's inquiry, but he felt he could get there, and ultimately he did.
yeah, I think the way it's gone when they tried to force it out into those wider channels, it hasn't been their way, so he's probably right to go himself. You know, and he backed his speed and his power.
Deserved applause for James Culhane. Now can Ireland finish with an 8th try? They've had 2 at least chalked off tonight. They could have broken the half century and then some, and they might yet. 2 minutes to go. Ireland starting as they are finishing as they started potentially. Hanlon, he's very close. Again, the outstretched arm of the referee indicating penalty advantage. Ireland go short, they go tight, they go to O'Tierney. He's had one chalked off. He'd love to get his name on the ledger. Is that Reuben Crothers, who somehow managed to keep his hands on that? He has. Looked an absolute sure bet to knock it home. Oh, they're driving for the line. Brownlee, and he's got there, I think. Ireland have bundled it over. They got the latch on. They got the support on the shoulder. And they get their 8th try. And right at the finish.
I'm surprised Wales haven't asked the referee about that blocking at the maul. Ireland have got such change from it.
Clock goes red. We are over the 80 minutes. Through goes the conversion. What a night it's been tonight at Musgrave Park in Cork for this young Ireland side. It was a little bit of a step into the unknown in terms of how little rugby these 2 sets of players had played. We thought Wales would be big and strong and robust and physical, but Ireland have absolutely blown them out of the water. 22-0 at half-time with 3 tries. 5 further tries in the second half. And start, they say, as you mean to go on, and what a hell of a start it's been for Richie Murphy's Ireland side tonight. A record-breaking night in Cork. Ireland 53, Wales 5.